How we doing, chat? Are we ready for episode 49 of TNC? It's been a minute since I went live. It's a good feeling. I think 48 was pre-recorded if I remember correctly. I think 47 was the last live show I did. Hopefully we can keep that streak of live shows going, because God knows shit can change on a dime. You're scared. You're not even on the show. Why are you scared? You have nothing to be scared about. You're still falling into the abyss somewhere. You're always scared. You know what? That's fair. I can relate. You know what? At least, Owen, you're actually on the card. So I can understand why you're scared. Going up against Jace Gold again. And after he beat you last time, you know, you got every right to be scared. And speaking of that match, it is opening this show. And we are going to kick off this episode. Lose to Jace twice in a matter of weeks. I mean, you did beat him in the round robin in the TNC 2. So it's not all doom and gloom. How likely does that patch drop so you can lose again one day? They better drop that patch soon, dude. Because like, I want to get on 26 already. Owen Spade, currently the BCW and ELW World Champions. The former All-Star Champion. Losing that title to Cole Crimson, but a win here tonight could put him in contention. Well, would put him in contention. It's the number one contenders match after all. He'd be in line to challenge the RHW Memorial Champion King Zero at full speed ahead. No date set as of now for that show, but it will be happening in the next couple weeks. So King Zero getting an opportunity to study both of his potential opponents. As our opening match underway here, and Spade coming out the gate strong with that Hurricane Rana. Now off the middle rope, top rope, landing the moonsault. Spade trying to keep Jace Gold grounded early here, and so far it's working out as he connects with that big knee strike. And now Spade off the ropes, hits Rolling Thunder as well. And Spade off to a hot start here against Jace Gold, trying to get his win back from the TNC 2 semifinals. Where Jace Gold pulled off what everybody considered to be an upset. Especially considering that was Jace Gold's second match of the night. As Spade coming in hot with a big boot. And Gold busted open. And now Gold face first off the turnbuckle. Spade trying to put Jace Gold away as quickly as possible here. But Gold able to get a boot up. And now Gold hoisting up Owen Spade. And Spade getting dropped onto the top rope. Gold to the apron. You can see Jace Gold brought out the white and gold attire from Injustice. Trying to play a little mind games with Owen Spade here. As that was the same gear that Gold wore when he beat Spade in the semis. As Gold has Spade on the ropes, delivers a chop. And now putting pressure on that knee. And again, Spade being dragged over to the ropes. And Gold into the handspring, connecting with the cutter. And Gold now starting to move a little quicker. From the top rope, connects with the frog splash. And Gold crawls into the cover here on Spade, trying to put him away. Gets a 2 count, and Spade able to get the shoulder up. Gold turning Spade over. Now looking for the last chancery. Got it applied on Spade. Middle of the ring. Spade needs to break it or tap. And Spade able to break it up. And now Gold sent off the ropes. Spade ducks under. Jumps over. Spade, another Hurricane Rana. And finishes it off with a Lion Salt. And now it's Jace Gold getting dragged to the middle of the ring. But Gold quickly up to his feet. And Gold able to counter. And now another counter by Spade, another counter by Gold. Gold thinking Styles Clash, arms hooked, connects! And now Jace Gold looking for the Burning Hammer to put Spade away, but Spade gets the elbow up and went for a forearm. Couldn't catch Gold, and Gold connects with a sliding clothesline. And Gold, top rope again, connects with the elbow. And into the cover he goes on Spade. 1, 2, and Spade kicks out. Gold again thinking last chancery. He's got it applied. Middle of the ring. Could this do it for Spade? Is he going to tap out? No. Jace Gold electing to let go of the last chancery. That could be a mistake. As Spade rises to his feet. Gets caught. Powerbomb into the knees by Spade. And now Spade has Gold set up for the Spade Stomp. And now it's Owen Spade into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out by Gold. Gold bumps into the referee, but that might have helped Jace Gold, but not for long. Spade trying to hoist Gold up for a Stormbreaker. And now Spade from the top rope. Sizing up Jace Gold and lands the kick to the jaw. And Spade repeated strikes to the knee. And now off the ropes again. Dropping all his body weight into the torso of Gold. Now Gold tossed to the apron. Spade, Heat Seeker! And into the cover again. 1, 2, and another kick out by Gold. Gold quickly up to his feet. And Gold lands a Hurricane Rana of his own. gets Spade back up to his feet here early. Or quickly, I should say. And it quickly gets dropped by Jace Gold. Now it's Gold off the ropes, landing another elbow. And now Gold dragging Spade toward the middle of the ring. But Spade catching Gold with a roll-up here. Could he get the 3, 2, and a kick out by Gold? Repeated shots to the ribs. Now a forearm to the face by Owen Spade. But Jace Gold able to catch him with a boot. And again, Owen Spade getting dragged toward the middle of the ring. Gold now working the arm. And Spade gonna retreat to the corner. Just raking the elbow across the face of Owen Spade. But Spade able to catch the boot of Jace Gold and sweep out the legs. And now Spade thinking for a second Spade stomp, and he hits it! And Spade into the cover. 1, 2, 3. And Owen Spade is the #1 contender for the RHW Memorial Championship. And he will go on to face King Zero at Full Speed Ahead. Spade is 1 win away from becoming a triple champ once again. Give me the gold. Yeah, Spade versus Gold just doesn't miss. Gold versus anybody, honestly, doesn't miss. You could put him in there with literally anybody or anything. He'll make it work. You could put him in there with Keith's left nutsack and he'll make a good match out of it. Get this match at least one more time. Yep. Now Owen Spade now in a position to play offense and defense between the BCW World Title and the RHW Memorial Title. Last week definitely had to be one of the more frustrating performances of SJ Ray's career. Won the TNC Women's title 2 weeks ago from Olivia Harnage, just to drop it straight back last week. And she has informed the CEO that she will be invoking her rematch clause at Full Speed Ahead. So we will be getting SJ Ray Olivia Harnage 3 at Full Speed Ahead. So we got even more peak on the way. SJ Ray will look to become a 2-time TNC Women's Champion. Might be 4. SJ Ray going up against another former women's champ in Samantha Winters. Of course, these two have crossed paths before, most notably in the triple threat match. Also involved Ashley Sharp, which Sharp would go on to win. But now they meet one-on-one, and we will see who comes out on top. Poor Winters wrestling SJ Ray and Olivia Martinez back-to-back. Yeah, that's tough. There's no easy opponent in any of the women's divisions. And here we go. Collar and elbow tie up to start this one off. And SJ Ray showcasing the power. And now the athleticism with the Stun Dog Millionaire. Went for the roundhouse kick, but Winters able to avoid and land that forearm. And now landing a flurry of left hands to SJ Ray. And now able to connect with that Lionsault, and Winters quickly into the cover here, but a quick kick out by Ray. Now Ray sent off the ropes. Winters ducks under, jumps over, and Winters gets blocked by SJ Ray. And now another tie-up between these two women. Winters in control with the waist lock. And now starting to ragdoll SJ Ray around a little bit. See if Ray... Nope, not even going to get the chance. Roll up here and another quick kick out. And SJ Ray able to get the boots up, driving Winters away and creating some separation. Now playing a little cat and mouse. Ray hoisting Winters up and dropping her with that cutter. Now bringing Winters back to her feet for another tie-up. And Winters able to force SJ Ray back into the corner. And the ref going to have to break them up. And Ray getting a cheap shot in on Samantha Winters. And now off the ropes. And Winters able to land a clothesline. Now this time a flurry of right hands. And just repeated stomps from Winters and into another cover on SJ Ray. And a kick out of one. Winters trying to put SJ Ray down as quick as possible, but we all know how much SJ Ray's got in the tank. Not going to be an effective strategy as she goes for another cover here and another kick out at one. Winters able to hit another Lionsault. And SJ Ray back up to her feet. Samantha Winters from the middle rope. Able to catch enough of SJ Ray to knock her down to the mat. And now driving the boot into the back of SJ Ray. And another kick to the back. But now a kick from Ray. Wheelbarrow roll up here by Ray, catching Winters off guard and a kick out of one. Forearm by Ray. Second forearm by Ray. Winters stumbled in the corner. SJ Ray with a clothesline. And into a bulldog. And SJ Ray has some life here. Twist of fate. Stunner. And SJ Ray quickly into the rings of Saturn. That's locked in deep. Can she get Winters to tap early? No, she lets go the hold. But in the blink of an eye, SJ Ray turning this one around. Big headbutt. And another. And a third from SJ Ray. Winters to her feet. on the apron, building a little separation. But SJ Ray right back on it. Arms hooked. Future shock. But Winters quickly up to her feet with a face buster. Now both women up to their feet. Winters, backbreaker to SJ Ray. Into a cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. And now Samantha Winters lining up. SJ Ray for the black bullet. But SJ Ray able to counter. And that is disastrous for Samantha Winters. Big right hand by SJ Ray. But she could not land that roundhouse. Now off the ropes, SJ Ray goes. And Winters, knee to the gut, followed by a roundhouse. And now SJ Ray from the apron. Winters going to need spring, summer, and fall to win. Yeah, it's not looking good for Samantha Winters here. But it's never over till the bell rings as Winters into a cover and a kick out at 2. Winters now with a clothesline. Second clothesline. Catching the boot of SJ Ray. Sweeping out the legs. And some life for Samantha Winters after all as she goes for another cover. 1, 2, and another kick out by SJ Ray. Winters gets countered by SJ Ray. And now off the ropes. Big kick by Ray. And now Winters being dragged toward the middle of the ring into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out by Winters. And Winters now barely able to get to her feet. And SJ Ray not giving her any time to breathe. Basement drop kick to the side of the head. And now dragging Winters back toward the middle of the ring again. And Ray might have been thinking Rings of Saturn again. And this time, she's able to lock it in. Rings of Saturn applied. Wrenching back is SJ Ray. And Samantha Winters has no choice but to tap out. Just another day at the office for SJ Ray. Martinez has it easy after that. Ray is super... Well, not so fun fact. I had to re-record this match. Originally, SJ Ray lost, but I think it was Owen's like, I need SJ Ray to like not lose for a while. I'm like, well, shit. So, he had a little redo. She used creative control. No, we just went in the time machine. It's all good. But another win for SJ Ray here on TNC. That's not going to work for her sister. Kato Takahashi back in action here on episode 49 against a man we have not seen in TNC in quite a while. That man, of course, being the former All-Star champion. One of many former All-Star champions, Takahashi included. But he is going up against Isaac Graves, who's definitely had a bit of a roller coaster experience in ELW. Went one-on-one against Zyler Glass to become the inaugural ELW World Champion, and then of course Zyler won said match only to get slimed out by Owen Spade. This will be an absolute aura off. There's no other way to put it. What do you mean deserved? Should have had Graves win. You should have strapped that boy to the moon. Well, you technically did win. You won the match against Graves. Next IC champ. Honestly, he should be in the world title match. Maybe Owen should get bent over. That's match job, is to bend him over. I was the one that screwed Zyler that week. It's funny, we have to mention which week we screwed him over. Well, Takahashi and Graves set, and here we go. Another match starting off with a collar and elbow tie up middle of the ring. And Isaac Graves quickly in control with the waist lock. Picking up and wrestling Takahashi down to the mat. And Graves thinking crossbody, but Takahashi able to get out of the way. And now it's Graves off the ropes. And Takahashi in control. Hoisting him up by the neck, but Graves able to get the knees up. And now applying that face buster. You were screwed out of the Golden Duck title too. Maybe you're just not meant to be champion. Maybe it's just not in the cards for Zyler Glass. Graves goes face first into the turnbuckle and already busted open. Graves landing the enziguri. He's on this Drew McIntyre arc. Suffering builds character, suffering builds character, suffering builds character, and repeat. Takahashi side headlock applied. But Graves able to break it and apply a hammerlock. Kato dropping down to a knee, but back up to both feet. And Graves dropping Takahashi, now lining him up. Graves with a clothesline. Second clothesline. Catching the leg and sweeping out the other leg of Kato Takahashi. And now into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. Somehow means I'm beating Kent for the BCW championship. Well, Kent would have to win the BCW championship, first of all. Graves, Stormbreaker! And now Isaac Graves thinking Gravedigger. He's got him up and connects! Into the cover. 1, 2, and Takahashi at 2.5 kicks out. Kato now from the corner. Rolling through into that German suplex. And now hammering Isaac Graves with those right hands. Bringing Graves back up to his feet. But Graves able to block. And now another enziguri from Isaac Graves. But Kato catching him with a roll-up here. 1, and a kick out. Bringing Graves back up to his feet again. Right to the eyes by Takahashi. And a release German suplex sending him halfway across the ring. And Kato into another cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. Graves able to catch the boot. Reverse into a knee strike. That knee just flattening Kato Takahashi. As Graves makes his way to the top rope. Went for the double foot stomp, but nobody home. Kato ducking under. And a huge pop-up powerbomb. And now, thinking Blue Thunderbomb, but Graves able to counter. And Graves, another Stormbreaker. 1, 2, and a kick out again by Takahashi. And now from the top rope, Kato to his feet, lands the forearm. And Isaac Graves trying to put Takahashi away, but it's not enough as Kato coming back with a couple clotheslines. And Graves stumbling into the corner. Another big clothesline from Takahashi. And now climbing up to the top rope. Kato coast to coast. And now the Blue Thunder Bomb. 1, 2, kick out by Graves. And now the power bomb rolling through into the knee. Cover. 1, 2, and he kicked out again. Yeah, BLN. It's been a minute. How you doing, man? Kato knocked into the ref. And Graves now into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. I'm doing good, man. Life's good. Graves over the top, gets caught, legs swept out. And Kato planting Graves. And now into the cover to put Graves away. 1, 2, and he kicks out again. Unbelievable. Jawbreaker by Graves. And now Kato off the ropes. Gets blocked. Another rake to the eyes. And a release German suplex. The graps indeed had been grapping as another release German from Kato. Possibly went for another, but got caught. Now both these men gonna start trading blows. Going chop for chop. Now a block by Isaac Graves and lands another chop. Still going chop for chop. Another block by Graves. And now it breaks out into a hockey fight. And it's going to be Kato Takahashi coming out on top. Now up from the second rope. Missile drop kick. And into the cover. 1, 2, 3. A little bit. A little anticlimactic. But you know what? I'll take an anticlimactic finish with an absolute banger like that any day. Because that match absolutely fucked. And we will probably be seeing these two in the Royal Rumble in just a few weeks. It's so, I know. I hope they're not batshit insane in a Royal Rumble. I haven't tested that yet. I'm kind of nervous. I still gotta test sliders too. I haven't even touched them. Outside of grinding the ringside pass. So that's definitely going to be interesting. I don't know if there's anything else I need to test. Ones you sent yesterday save tomorrow's card. I might try them. I have a couple of sliders saved that I'm gonna test out. But we'll see which one I land on. Yeah, I think we all had different sliders for 25. I'm gonna miss my 25 sliders so much. These sliders were so good. Just constant bangers. Hopefully my sliders for 26 can live up to the hype. Or I should say, whichever sliders I end up using live up to the standard that 25 is set. Next match up, Arthur Bay going one-on-one with Sadistico. Both men set to go, and there's the bell. Sadistico coming out the gates quickly with the DDT. Sadistico wasting little time now with the kick to the head. Went for the Lionsaw off in the bottom rope. Not able to hit it, and now sent off the ropes by Arthur Bay, but Sadistico able to block. Another DDT connecting. Sadistico, repeated shots. And it has been all Sadistico to start this one off. Sadistico springboard gets caught into a powerbomb by Arthur Bay. Now attacking the leg of Sadistico, trying to keep him grounded. And again, right back to the knee. But Sadistico with a Hurricane Rana from the floor, and now a kick to the back. Another kick to the back there from Sadistico. Now Arthur Bay sent off the ropes. Sadistico ducks under, jumps over. And another Hurricane Rana. And Sadistico into the cover here on Bay. 1, 2, and a kick out. And this time Sadistico able to hit that Lionsaw from the bottom rope. But Bay with a counter there to turn the tides. Potentially in his favor, but a counter by Sadistico, able to get out of the way of that basement dropkick. Sadistico now with a jawbreaker. And Arthur Bay on the apron and now speared to the floor. And Sadistico to the top rope, landing the splash on the floor. And Sadistico moving with pace here. As Arthur Bay up to his feet. Springboard gets caught again into another powerbomb. And Arthur Bay ragdolling Sadistico. Bay now bringing Sadisiko up to his feet. And Sadisiko goes face first into the turnbuckle. And again, now face first into the middle turnbuckle. And Bay into the cover here on Sadisiko. 2, and a kick out. And Bay, Vegas lights! Sadisiko busted open under the mask, into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. Just barely able to get the shoulder up was Sadisiko after the Vegas lights. Now springboard back elbow by Arthur Bay, but Sadisiko with a roll up here on Bay, trying to catch him off guard, but a kick out at 1. Handspring by Sadisiko into the head scissors. Nothing doing there for Sadisiko. Now a roll up here by Arthur Bay on Sadisiko, trying to catch him off guard. 2, and a kick out. Almost got him. And now Arthur Bay maybe thinking another power bomb. Hoisting him up. Sit out power bomb. And now it's Sadisiko who gets speared to the floor. But it's Sadisiko who sends Arthur Bay back into the ring. And not far behind, landing the drop kick. And now Sadisiko thinking Sadistic Del Sol. And he connects with Sadistic Del Sol. 1, 2, and a kick out by Bay. Sadisiko now to the apron. Springboard. Not able to get the distance needed. And Arthur Bay now going to look to capitalize. But he can't. Sadisiko, another DDT. But Bay quickly up to his feet. And a Hurricane Rana might have just put Arthur Bay out for good. 1, 2, and Arthur Bay able to grab the bottom rope. Sadisiko off the ropes. Arm drag by Arthur Bay. Able to block the Enziguri. Now another roll up by Arthur Bay. Into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out by Sadisiko. And another counter by Bay. Jawbreaker from Sadisiko. Hoisting Arthur Bay up. Dropping him middle of the ring. Bringing him back up to his feet. And Sadisiko again starting to work with a little more pace as he sends Arthur Bay face first into the turnbuckle. Now to the top rope. Sadisiko. Bulldog from the middle rope. Arthur Bay off the ropes. Into the cutter. 1, 2, 3. The Graps simply are not missing here on episode 49. Sadisiko picking up the win over Arthur Bay in a hellacious match. Zagdistico season may very well be upon us. Picking up a huge win over Arthur Bay. Now we move on to our final women's match of the episode. Sky Hunt back in action. Going one-on-one with Sarah Lopez. And something I didn't notice about this card until after I had put it together and recorded it all is that all 4 women on this show, their first name starts with S. I don't know how I ended up doing that, but funny how card building works. You got S.J. Ray, Samantha Winters, Sky Hunt, and Sarah Lopez. That was not intentional at all, either. All these women still looking to taste championship gold for the first time. Sarah Lopez has had opportunities before, but has not been able to secure the title. Sky Hunt still looking for her first opportunity at the women's title. We'll see who can get a much-needed win here on episode 49. Both Hunt and Lopez ready to go, and there's the bell. Sky Hunt out the gate strong with a basement drop, or not even a basement drop kick, just a regular drop kick. I got too used to saying basement drop kick. Lopez with a roll-up here quickly on Sky Hunt and a kick out. And the Lionsault taking out Sarah Lopez. Repeated stomps. What do you mean, what about the attic? I didn't say anything about an attic. I'm confused. Lopez with his... We need attic drop kicks. Alright. I mean, it doesn't roll off the tongue as well as a basement drop kick. I think a normal drop kick would suffice. I think adding attic as a prefix would be doing a little too much. It's Lopez getting those elbows into Sky Hunt. And another tie-up here between Hunt and Lopez. And quickly turn into a waistlock by Hunt. Lopez escape. No, roll up here by Sky Hunt. And a quick kick out. And a reversal into a pin of her own. And a kick out by Hunt. And now Hunt off the ropes. German suplex by Lopez. Lopez with a drop kick sending Sky Hunt to the floor. And Lopez up to the top rope. And Lopez, DDT from the top to the floor. And the count beginning on the outside. Big spinning heel kick from Sarah Lopez. Big neck breaker there from Sky Hunt as these two women go back and forth in that corner. Lopez now able to get the elbows in and landing that enziguri to Sky Hunt. Count up to 7 as Sky Hunt gets tossed across the outside. Count up to 9. And now Hunt tossed back into the ring. And Lopez right behind her. And immediately Sky Hunt retreating to the corner as she is able to get a boot up on Sarah Lopez. Lopez able to avoid the drop kick and connect on a release German. And Sarah Lopez quickly to the top rope, thinking spiral tap. And Lopez able to hit it. And she goes into the cover on Sky Hunt. 1, 2, and a kick out by Hunt. And now Lopez, arms hooked. Hunt able to counter into a clothesline. Hunt now with a stomp to the arm. And tried to drive the knee into the face of Lopez, but she was able to get out of the way. And now Hunt hoisting Lopez up. But Lopez able to counter. Hunt sent into the corner. Lopez went for the big boot, but it was countered. And now Hunt, moonsault to the outside. Taking out Sarah Lopez. And now Lopez busted open on the ring post. And Lopez sent into the steps. The count continues for Sarah Lopez on the outside. And Sky Hunt seemingly content to let the ref count as Sarah Lopez makes her way back into the ring. And now a baseball slide here by Sarah Lopez. 2. And Sky Hunt at 2.5. Able to kick out. Lopez able to get that elbow in. And now Lopez went for the double stomp, but Hunt able to get out of the way. And now Hunt into the cover and a kick out. And another cover and another kick out. Hunt now hoisting Lopez up, but again, Lopez able to get out of trouble. And now Lopez on the apron. Sky Hunt to her feet. Springboard drop kick from Sarah Lopez. Lopez now hits the cutter from the top rope. And now thinking spiral tap one more time. And that could do it for Sky Hunt. 1, 2, 3. Another match that did not miss. The graps are still indeed grapping. My other goat is already washed. Yeah, Sky Hunt has not had the best TNC experience, to put it lightly, thus far. But there's always room for improvement. Sarah Lopez would know better than anyone. She had a rough start as well. Just like Sky Hunt did. Well-earned victory for Sarah Lopez. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now main event time after the events that took place between these two last week. The CEO has put them in the main event slot. We can't all be that shit, right? As we all saw in episode 48, Seth Ross attacking the assassin Aiden Kennedy backstage, driving him into the tire of a monster truck. And when he was pressed by the CEO for answers, Seth told the CEO that it was a disgrace to this company that the reigning wrestler of the year, the reigning male wrestler of the year, was not in the TNC2, but Aiden Kennedy was. So he took out his frustrations on the assassin last week, feeling that Seth deserved that spot more than Kennedy did. And now Seth now has the opportunity to back that talk up. This is going to be the most washed match ever. Of course, last night the assassin Aiden Kennedy announcing that RHW will be returning with Vice City Bash in the summer. A huge announcement after a 1.5-year hiatus, nearly 2-year hiatus from their last show, a 1.5 years since their closure. But a wrinkle in that announcement is that Zyler Glass announced hours before that he had bought RHW. So who really knows what the future of RHW looks like now that they're seemingly reopening the doors? Realize now Coast doesn't even know you ran a Vice City Bash show of your own. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I only ran a Vice City Bash show because I could not think of another pay-per-view to do at the time. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just steal one from RHW, and that's just the one I happened to pick. Anyway, main event time, Seth Ross and the Assassin. And Seth coming out swinging against Kennedy and now dropping the Assassin with a suplex. Kennedy rolling through into the stomp. Kennedy lining up Seth with that knee strike. As these two continue to go back and forth at the start of this match. Handspring into the enziguri by Kennedy. At least we're not doing back-to-back fight forevers. I know. And thankfully I wasn't planning on doing another Vice City Bash anytime soon. Cheap shot there by Seth, and the ref giving Seth a little earful. And now Seth overpowering the assassin into the ropes, and the ref going to have to break this one up. And another cheap shot from Seth Ross, and now a clothesline laying out Kennedy. Seth now off the ropes, looking for the big splash, but nobody home. Seth now with a wrist lock applied to the assassin. Further wrenching at the wrist and shoulder. Kennedy got to find a way to break that hold. But instead, an arm drag from Seth. Big forearm by the assassin, but the kick gets caught by Seth. Now flurry of right hands and a drop kick from the Destroyer. Now into the cover on Kennedy, and a kick out of one. Kennedy back up to his feet. And now Seth sent it to the ropes, and a big stomp by Kennedy. And now a 450 connecting from the assassin. Now he's into the cover on Seth Ross. 2 and a kick out. Big forearm by Kennedy. And Seth quickly back up to his feet. And another forearm by Kennedy. Another forearm. Kennedy lands the Pele kick. And now the assassin climbs up to the top rope. Seth to his feet. And nothing doing for Kennedy. Completely whiffing on his target. And now Seth on the ropes. Kennedy thinking Dragonfly Cutter. And Kennedy into the cover. 1, 2, and Seth able to kick out. And Kennedy went for the Black Bullet. Seth able to counter now into a roll-up. Countered by Kennedy into a pinning of his own. 2 and a kick out. Jesus. And now Seth off the ropes again. Gets countered. Off the ropes. Super kick. 1, 2, and a kick out by Kennedy. And Seth from the middle rope went for a DDT. Nothing doing. And now hoisting Kennedy up high. And Kennedy dropped face first on the turnbuckle. But able to get a boot up on Seth. And deliver that drop kick. And now Kennedy with the repeated shots to the temple. Takes a step back. And Kennedy connecting with Rolling Thunder. And into the cover, 2, and a kick out. And the Assassin now dissecting the man who attacked him last week. Seth back up to his feet. Forearm by Kennedy. This time gets caught. And Seth thinking pop up power bomb. 1, 2, kick out by Kennedy. And Seth growing frustrated with the Assassin. But another super kick might just finish the job. 1, 2, and Kennedy grabs the bottom rope. Just barely long enough in wingspan to reach the bottom rope. And Seth Ross has to be eternally frustrated. As the count begins on the outside. And now reset with Seth going out. And getting laid out by the Assassin. Both arms hooked. Hoisted up high is Seth Ross and dropped back down to the floor. And another big cutter by the Assassin. And Kennedy, face first, goes Seth into the floor. Trying to toss Seth back into the ring. Now Seth's in the ring. And Kennedy eating a couple clotheslines. Now a big kick from Seth. And that taunting might have been a mistake as Seth hits the stunner. And Seth just stomping the life out of the Assassin. Maybe thinking one more super kick, and he connects. Into the cover, 1, 2, 3. Ginger down. Seth Ross seemingly able to back up his words. Maybe he should have been in the TNC2 over the Assassin. But maybe we'll never know. Because the TNC2 has passed. But Seth clearly still bitter about his exclusion. TNC 3. Well, technically there was never a TNC 1. Unless you count the inaugural tournament. Seth finally back in the win column. Well, yeah, exactly. What happened to TNC 0 and 1? That will do it for episode 49 of TNC, and we will see you next week for episode 50 of TNC.